What is going on, everyone? My name is Jaws, and today we are going to be talking about a handful of interesting topics. And those topics include quantum computers and Bitcoin, Bitcoin not being protected by Chinese local courts, the Fed pledging additional stimulus, and a resurgence of the theory of Adam Back being Satoshi. So without further ado, let's take a look at the market. So we can see that overall we're having a green day. Bitcoin is up 5%, Ethereum up 4%, still trying to break the $200 mark, and Bitcoin's dominance is currently sitting at 67.6%, which is an increase from yesterday's Bitcoin dominance. And if we take a look at the hourly chart, we can see that Bitcoin has temporarily broken out of this channel. It's currently trading at $9,300 at the time of making this video. If we see a potential turn to the downside but maintains this support line at around $9,200, then bounces off, then that could be a potential confirmed breakout. Let's look at the first article for today. Quantum computers could crack Bitcoin by 2022. A 4,000 qubit quantum computer could theoretically crack Bitcoin's encryption in a matter of seconds. The current generation of quantum computers max out at 54 qubits. A quantum computer capable of cracking Bitcoin's encryption could just be 2 years away. So how could quantum computers crack Bitcoin's code? Bitcoin uses something called the elliptical curve digital signature algorithm to sign digital signatures and uses a cryptography standard called the SHA-256 to hash blocks on the chain. With Bitcoin, a private key picked at random is run through these algorithms to generate a public key, and the Bitcoin protocol uses the hash value of this to create a public Bitcoin address. A quantum computer could reverse this process and derive the private key from a public one, and voila, Bitcoin's claim of inviolability and unhackability is gone, and you have access to any Bitcoin wallet you want. Two major quantum algorithms that threaten the current state of cryptography have already been developed, which is Grover's and Shor's algorithms. So we can see that with quantum computing, all they can do is just reverse engineer the private key or the public key to get the private key for that wallet address, kind of like a higher end version of a brute force attack on a regular computer. Next piece of news, we have Bitcoin cannot be protected by Chinese law, local court rules. According to the Fujian Rule of Law News, the court was considering a dispute involving an investment to a Bitcoin-themed club. The plaintiff allegedly invested around $70,500 in USD in this club. His expectation was that high returns would follow. After failing to receive any of his funds back, the plaintiff sued the operator of said Bitcoin club. The Changting People's Court then ruled that because Bitcoin is a virtual commodity, it does not fall under its jurisdiction. The lawsuit was dismissed as a result. But other Chinese courts deemed that Bitcoin is a digital property. So interestingly, the recent ruling seems to contradict previous reports from China earlier this month. The Shanghai #1 Intermediate People's Court ruled that Bitcoin is a digital asset and therefore should be protected by law. So we have conflicting Chinese local courts. One is saying that it's a commodity and doesn't fall under its jurisdiction. The other one says it's actually digital property. Interesting to note that. Next piece of news, we have the Fed pledging additional stimulus, which is adding fuel to Bitcoin and gold's momentum. This morning, Federal Reserve Chairman addressed the world via a webcast and revealed that the United States is likely to face an extended period of poor economic growth and incomes as the world recovers from the impact of the lockdown. Powell says that although the United States response has been swift and forceful, prior stimulus packages and the ones planned in the future will take time to gain momentum. The Fed chair urged consumer spending to further combat any additional economic downturn and pledged that the Fed would use more of its money printing power if needed. So straight from the horse's mouth, they do not care about how much money they are injecting into the market and how much they're going to be increasing inflation. Last piece of news, we have that a resurgence theory of Adam Back being the creator of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto. So in this video from Barely Sociable, came out on May 11th, 2 days ago, It's a 3-part series from the span of 3 months about unmasking Satoshi Nakamoto, and the verdict of his investigative journalism is that Adam Back is the most prime candidate to be Satoshi Nakamoto. We have, in addition, that the video also points out Back's involvement in the creation of Bitcoin. According to the white paper, Bitcoin took inspiration from payment systems like B-Money and eCash. Furthermore, Bitcoin was also inspired by Hashcash created by Adam Back in 1997. Hashcash is using a consensus algorithm similar to the proof of work that Bitcoin uses today. However, despite all the evidence, Back always denied that he is Satoshi Nakamoto. About the true identity of Bitcoin's inventor, Back said that although he doesn't know exactly who he is, he knows of some candidates with relevant skills. And if you look at Adam Back's Twitter page, he made a post 2 days ago saying, "Some claim to be Satoshi, days Google research, blogging stories, and in court to widespread non-belief. Seems I need the opposite. I am not Satoshi despite recent video Reddit claiming so. Some factors and timing may look suspicious in hindsight. Coincidence and facts are untidy." And you can check this out on his Twitter page, and he also goes back and forth with some people in the comments. We can take a look at those, but you use double spacing and read the times once. And you reply to that saying that he did move to Malta as an EU tax haven in 2009, which is pure coincidence, but he also did know about Bitcoin in 2008 via emails from Satoshi himself. Adam Back was born in London, and he does use double space, and his native spelling is British English, and he's also very fluent with C++, which is the programming language that Bitcoin was coded on. And over here we have Calvin Ayre saying history will show you to be a scammer and Craig to be Satoshi. So if you look over here, he is an advocate for Bitcoin SV and a Craig Wright stan. He also replied to him saying, "You seem angry and to hold some false beliefs. I do not at all understand why. My guess is you have believed some lies someone told to you to discourage communication and shield a web of lies which could crumble if exposed to scrutiny. I said I am not Satoshi, so what is this scam?" Pretty interesting stuff. I definitely recommend checking out Barely Sociable's series on Bitcoin unmasking Satoshi Nakamoto. They're about 30 to 40 minutes each video, but if you just want to get to the meat and potatoes, then you can just go to his most recent video, which is the video that he talks about how he thinks that Adam Back is Satoshi Nakamoto. And that is it for me today. Please tell me your thoughts below in the comments. If you like the video, give it a like. If you dislike it, give it a dislike. If you're new here and would like to see more of my content and stay up to date, please subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.